What's going on, everybody? Just getting ready to lead in here. I was trying to get started at 8, and I was off a little early tonight. Got some great food here. I know you're going to want to hear about it. Some white rice. I think it's actually jasmine and something mixed. Mmm, mighty tasty indeed. Rice, butter beans with tomatoes. Very good, by the way. Pasta and a mixed vegetable blend that was been baked with squash and Brussels sprouts. No oil. Mmm. No salt, no sugar. Pretty much standard fare here. No, no salt, no sugar. All right, so getting ready to start checking the market out for today. What's happening out there in the market today? What's happening out there in the market today? All right, got an interesting move today in the market. Good to take a look at that shit. Let's get the active trader off. Active trader off. Disengaged. Mm-mm-mm. That's some damn good food, by the way. Wow. Much better than I was expecting. Oh my God. Good food. We're going to try to lead in here. Song. Usually have the song up too loud. We're going to try and lead in here right now. We're going to get into screen recording. Look at some charts. What's going on? My charts bouncing around a little bit? I'll take a look. Yeah, they're bouncing around a little bit. I'm going to warn you about the bounce around here in a minute. The bounce around. So we're also going to be doing Motive Wave this weekend. We got Motive Wave and Pro Real Time. Motive Wave and Pro Real Time. More videos on Motive Wave and Pro Real Time this weekend. We're thinking about looking at I don't know. I'll have to get into that later. Just make sure I have access to it before the weekend. I'm going to take a look from there. But my quest to cover every single platform ever made in the history of the world that's still not the world, but the United States. Gets a little too wide when you go out too far. I'll never be able to get them done. This is a lofty go. Anybody comes up with new stuff in the meantime, I'm going to have to go in and review that as well. Without further ado, we're munching on some food. We're going to jump in here and we'll get ready started on the chart. May not have been able to hear me a lot previously in some of those. Maybe you can hear me now. Gonna go ahead and crank this gain up just a shits and kiggles here. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go wide on the volume here, just a little below par. We can reduce the volume on the song. Hopefully we're getting this right. We're not a pro. We got a lot of stuff going on. You never know where you're going until you have already been there, but then you forgot where it was, and that's the whole story. Where was it? So anyway, it's 33 degrees right now. Let's go up to New York. New York, 35 degrees. High of 40, low of 27 today. Beautiful Cupertino on the west coast. 63 degrees and 34 on the low. Orlando, 74. And Death Valley National Park, it's a brisk 49 degrees. Looks like overnight it was 39. Get down to the 40s and 30s again overnight in Death Valley. Imagine that coldness. gets there. In the summer, it's smoldering hot, like an enchilada. What's been happening, though? I've been talking about hearing some stuff today. What's been going on today? I don't pre-research this before I start talking. I'm looking up shit right now. Tom Brady to sign one-day contract to retire with Patriots. Robert Kraft. Tom Brady's model admirer Veronica Radjic shares retirement message in a bikini. All right. Yeah. So, Tom Brady, whatever, traumatized over divorce, found a new bikini model. He's going to retire with a huge amount of money. I think he's going to do one more year. I think this is a second bluff. I think he's bluffing again. I don't know, to be sure. But we all never know anything anyways, do we? So I got a few more things to eat. Hope everybody's been doing good, staying safe, eating quality food. What have you been eating? Have you eaten vegetables? You've been having some rices and pastas. You've been having some grains. You've been keeping your sodium below the daily recommended allowance. It could vary between 15 to 2,200 milligrams, or at least below that. Come on. Need you to pick up the pace and start getting off the salt, the sugar, and the oil. Not going to quit bitching about it. This is on for Infiniti. Infiniti, if you actually want to know. By the way, that's also a model of a car. And on second thought, when I was a kid and there was the band Journey out and you saw these bugs and flying beetles and shit on their album covers, you didn't hear the music, you didn't know what it was. It's just a big-ass flying bug through space. Well, let me tell you, that was sort of weird and cool, yet awkward, all at the same time rolled into one. 3, 2, 1, and we're getting ready to go normal scale here. Appreciate you listening. Just had that lead in. Does a beautiful job. I'm thinking about doing is reading a book. Gonna get a book. I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to read the entire thing from start to finish over the course of a weekend. I'm gonna order that book. I used to like to eat. What was I just talking about? Broccoli, but I no longer like to eat broccoli anymore. I prefer cauliflower. I know a guy that's got a tip on a stock. It's a sure thing. Predicting 800% gain this week alone, but it's going to take $50,000. Going to have to wire it to this address. And just don't say anything. We don't know anything about it. You can just hand me the cash. I'll put it in. We'll invest that cash. It's a sure thing. Guaranteed easy money. Easy money. Please get me some more oil. I just need a little more oil. Just pour a little more in the pan. Drizzle some more oil over when you're done cooking. And be sure to put a little extra oil on the plate so you can dip the food in the oil. Just please give me
I want more salt.
I need some oil now. Sugar. I want more sugar now. Get me sugar. Why does it stink so bad outside right now? Why does it stink so bad outside right now? Thinking about buying a new guitar. A new guitar's on the horizon. I'm gonna shop for it. I'm gonna order one today. Please get me some more oil. I'm thinking about doing it. I want more sugar now.
Stop. Sugar. I want more salt.
Put a little extra oil on the plate so you can dip the food in the oil. Please give me a lot of oil. I need some oil now. Just don't say anything. We don't know anything about it. You can just hand me the cash. I'll put it in. We'll invest that cash. It's a sure thing. Guaranteed easy money. Easy money. That cracks me up every time. Sorry about that. I was eating, and maybe I was munching. Maybe I didn't go into mute. Appreciate you listening in. We are officially live. We're 10 minutes in. We're not going to try and stay on here all night now, are we? Going to start a little before 8:30, but we're getting ready to get the charts and the shit going here right on time. I have something to talk to you about on the screen share. Loading up Thinkorswim again. We're going to be about a minute after the expected start time tonight. So it is going exactly the way we need it to go, but we're about 1 minute behind. And that's just exactly how it is. We're 1 minute behind. We are kicking some, kicking some tunes. We're kicking some food. We're eating some good food. Getting ready to get started here on the screen share. You get all the behind-the-scenes shit here. When you're on, you get all the behind-the-scenes shit. Take that how you want. All right, let's take a look. We got crude oil and ES futures up. Without further ado, we're getting ready to get the damn screen recording going. We hope this shit works. Hey, can you hear me? 2, 1. Thank you for joining me. We have already been on Spreaker here for a bit, been eating some food, talking, playing some random bits and clips, and entertaining ourselves while we wait on the charts to get ready to look at today's action on the E-mini S&P futures and the crude oil, also known as /CL on some of your platforms, also known as the Widowmaker. Do not trade the crude oil unless you are ready for the wrath of the crude oil, okay? The wrath of the crude oil. So crude oil is an impossible trade. We're going to start looking at it more. Everybody likes the damn crude oil and gold and shit like that, don't they? So we're going to get started. We already covered yesterday, I believe, this lift up. We went to 50. It did not have the bear thesis, did not sell down, kept accelerating for a day into earnings. Again, that was Apple, Google, and Amazon. We're going to look at all three of them here very shortly. And I believe the first video I did last week. Last night I threw out some actual targets that could play out before tomorrow at closing time. The initial ranges we actually got right. If you go back and look at the videos we did last week, very short ranges than I had expected for all of them playing within that side range. They moved it up, the base, and then pulled back to the previous level and playing with mostly. Now, we got to go and look at those and see where they're at. Before we get too excited, though, we got 41, 50, 50, 50, 50, ghost candle. What was that, 3:15 in the morning? Ghost candle. Okay, what time in the morning? 7:30 in the morning, ghost candle. Continue. Ghost candle continue, kept going. So what you're going to gather from some shit like this, especially that overnight move, you get that ghost candle, one large candle, several candles had to sell it off. It was, reversal is going to be this shit. One candle up, one candle down. You got one candle up, side step, down, support, base. See without breaking it right through there? 3 candles. Well, 4 technically, instead of 1 and 1, then most likely there's a chance you're going to come back into these areas, which it did, and support those, and it sidestepped all across 41.50, broke it barely, tapped it again. Right here was a tag at 7:30 to 7:45 this morning that they were going to go up and mess with everybody on the upside, and that's what they did. Now they pulled it up out of the gate. Shook everybody out and open. See that? Ghost candle preview. No breakdown or rejection of the ghost candle. Ghost candle continue. Okay, and you're going to get a move up like this. And then another thing here. 1, 2. Okay, you got to sell, but it wasn't a total candle. Now, this wasn't engulfing, but that's also the open for the market there as well. So you got to keep that in mind. And it never did break 50. You could have came up here and put a stop at 50 and never got hit. And you would have got that whole damn move in. Had you looked at that, these areas here, well, let's go out just a little bit. And I'm going to start charting a more emotive way, but I just wanted to get you used to them, the way the things are looking here. We're going to break it up into 3 different charts. We're going to be going over a different platform. We can cover each platform at least one time a week, but not every platform every night. Need some water. Sorry about that. Oh. And 4150. So now you get 4150. Made a piece. Came back through here. Did not get the immediate rejection. Usually that's the next candle. So keep in mind, when the turnaround isn't the exact next candle, when you get a ghost candle on the opposite, the chances are it can continue in that same direction. You had one here, and that was just till like 10 a.m. Then it came back up and threw a huge ghost candle through all this shit. Once you saw that ghost candle on this attempt to go downward, I mean, it's pretty much in. You're in the pocket to one of these other higher levels. It broke straight through 80. So 80 normally would have provided resistance, and then it came down here and reversed it back to support. And then you had the breakdown again and continuation into the end of day. You had a ghost candle up, big one candle right after. So that's where you get a sell signal. You get the big candle after, you get the big candle after. And to measure that, I mean, you can measure the previous candle body maybe. Yeah, if it's equilateral to that, you could probably short it right under that candle wick of the previous one. See here, that still would, even if you did it here, it would have netted you like 7 points. You wouldn't have got rich, but you could have had a stop and got stopped out, and then saw that pattern invalidated right here, and then ticking up. All you would have done by 10:30, you'd have been out. Well, you could have let it fart around for a bit and come back after lunch. And it was about 2 o'clock. You had your alert set maybe for the next level up if that's the way you're playing. If you saw it got support. But you didn't have time, you could set an alert or an automatic entry bracket. You could have had an automatic entry bracket here on this level. So you could have had, say I'm going in and give it 2 points above, right? So let's say you got in at 42.0. Well, it's 42.05. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I have a level at 42.05. So if you went 42.05 to 42.06, basically, you would have had your stop right here. If you were playing this and have an automatic entry, you would have your stop right here, right? If you just want to do a tight one, have a trailing stop. It comes in and hits. Maybe you got to fill. Maybe you don't want to do a fill 2 points above. So you got a fill there, a few points here. You would have got 82. You'd want to have about a 3.5, 4 point stop. But if you did that, you would have got this whole damn thing right here. Most of it. I mean, that could have took you out, was that 72 to 6? I mean, you would have got most of this. You may not have got this, but that's who cares about this bullshit anyways. Reversal right here, equilateral candle up. Reversal, equilateral extended beyond down. So keep an eye on that and these kind of patterns. That was into the earnings. You had crude oil over here do some shit today. And what kind of shenanigans are they playing? Well, on crude, you could do the same damn strategy. So $75, 75, and you had to move up to like 76. So not a crazy all over the place. They're still rejecting that $80 level. Still getting the work down. Crude oil is leading the direction right now, and you're going to see why very shortly coming into next week's session. Until they change it, I still have a target of 68 on the crude. We still had a bearish stance previously, now neutral. Would like to lean towards the bearish side, but you had the big ghost candles with no reversals yet. Now, Now, we can also come out here to the hourly, check for hourly reversal candles. Well, that's basically wash. That's a wash. Down, ghost candle up, wash. Actually, 2 to 1, so it's still getting tilted to the, but now they're just playing in the range of that previous candle. All you're playing is 41.64 to like 41.75 now. See, they're boxed in. So you still got to wait for the next break. And you still got that candle wick right here supporting some of those. See that? And I'm not sure what else. I think I can click on shit and it'll like highlight it. See that? Whoa, wait. Well, I can go up here and be like, this candle right here, you come over here like to this one, and that one does this, and this one does that. So, ghost candle, huge. Get out here just a little bit. Just a little freaking bit. Not too damn much. Not too much! Ghost candles are winning right now, and there is no equal other than here. And here, we don't have any reversals yet on the ghost candles. Now, the first sign of a reversal candle, which would be equivalent to this or this one here, would be this, but we really need to put in some depth and close it tomorrow below 41.50. What that amounts to that to come into play. Otherwise, I mean, the Bulls are in control right now up to this level. The earnings, especially going in next week, could affect that. But you see, you're finally starting to get a candle resistance, and that was last week. That was yesterday. I'm on the daily. Let's go out further and take a look at the weekly. Now, the weekly, you're smacking into the 42. It's got rejected 2 levels on the candle wick. You'll see here equivalencies. Now, that's an up, and then it pushed through and then broke. The other ones that you're looking for right here, this candle wick here, rejection, sell down, and then lower, same type of thing. Back up again, attempt 1, attempt 2. You've got attempt in pierce of 3 here. So now it's pierced it. So what's going to have to happen quickly is we're just going to have to roll it over and reject it. We're going to have to go up here and accept this higher price level over 42.10 and put that in for some support. If they do that, then yes, the next target would be like 4,500 or some shit. So that's what happens. That's what happens. Bearish, you got to keep these candles in mind and play. They move quick. You want to play them, then you do. You want to wait till they wash out. Wait till they wash out and go the opposite. Do whatever's comfortable. You can see here on the weekly as well, right there. Well, that's the weekly. Do not have the monthly. Let's get on our favorite. That's the freaking monthly chart. You'll see the monthly starting to smack in here. And I'd keep an eye on this. Very short candle. It is getting support. Candle body in. It is a rather strong compressed one. It could end up for the week, for the month. It's the whole month. So we got time to actually make it down to here if the bears are going to come back. You don't see like last time. This is the first candle stick that supported this area, 40.80 to 42.05. So as you're coming through like this, you'll notice nothing got support into this area into here. So it's critical on this monthly for them to hold this area. Again, 1, 2, 3. That was the pierce over here on the left. Now, what happens if this one gets rejected again? Then you're going to come back in those areas like 3,800 or maybe put some candle body presence down here. There is no candle body presence below that. Could be a scenario they may want to play out. You need to go back and analyze some other candles and really see if that meets the expectations. Right now, of course, they are wanting to come up into this area. You have to come all the way back into here, back into June before you had that candle body presence over that area again. And here, there was actually one candle in May. So you got it May, June, instantly sell, ghost candle, and they keep ghost candling off this area. So reversal, ghost candle, ghost candle, ghost candle. They ghost candle it. They do owe the bulls up to maybe 43.35 at this point if you look at consider it in that nature. But you also got to keep in mind that 41.50 is initially critical, and then for it to break down below 41.10. Still going to be bullish in the grand scheme of things, but if you can get below 40.75 and close that candle out, we would like that. So let's take a look at Amazon. All right, Amazon did what today after earnings? And then we're going to throw Apple over here. And we're going to come back and check out Google. And we're going to lead back out and get out of here for the night. Appreciate you listening again, as always. We're going to go back into an hourly. You see some shit here. Let's just come all the way out. 1 minute. Everybody wants to see this bullshit. You know what the heck? They ramped the damn thing into close just for the hell of it. Okay, so here's your damn, you see earnings, and I was looking at to stay within a range and have small compression area, but do expected Amazon to go down. So you got the turnarounds here. You see it got ghost candled right out of the gate, reversal ghost candle. They ramped it up real quick, and then nothing to hold it here, nothing to hold it, nothing to hold it, nothing to hold it, not enough volume. The volume was right there. That was it. They did what they wanted to do. They've got their option strategies. They then chopped it up, ghost candled, and then down into that and up to 113. I'm not going to use this 1 minute chart anymore, but you'll see on a 15 minutes what a range of candles this shit had, and it ramped it right back into close. Still within today's range. Nothing exciting. Nothing to shake a stick at by any means. We're going to go over here on the right with Apple and see what happened on this side of things. You're going to see this ramp up today. Apple so down, ghost candled, ghost candled, ghost candled. The ghost candles are still in play on Apple. Don't get ghost candled on Apple because they haven't got any resolution coming in yet. Watch out if you don't want to get chopped with that ghost candle shit. And let's take a look. What we have, Google. All right, so Google, Google? Okay, did I already look at Google? No, I don't think I did. I think I looked at Amazon, wasn't it? And same thing, got ghost candled, finished up on a reversal ghost candle. Don't get ghost candle on Apple or Google. Stayed within the range, didn't do anything very exciting. We're going to get ready to the lead out here. And I'm going to go. I appreciate you listening, tuning in. Had a great night spending some time with you. And we're going to do the lead out, and we're out of here for the night. Okay, as always, appreciate everybody listening. Give us ear and the capability to keep this podcast growing, whether it's 1 listener or 1 billion, it doesn't matter. You got to get in there and make things happen. When things change, so do you. The more things you change for the positive, the more positive happens and changes to those around you. Keep that in mind. Next thing we're going to talk about after this is software. We get all kinds of updates. We've got to do these reviews. We're going to do reviews on all kinds of software, specifically trading software, but not really. We're going to do audio recording software. We're going to look at file sharing software. We need to look at your backup software and shit. Photo editing, video editing, business software, QuickBooks, whatever the software is, and we're going to use it. We're going to primarily try to focus on ones that do both Mac and Windows, but not all the times, especially ones that offer compatibility across multiple platforms and syncing. May get priority reviews initially. What's happening out there with you and everyone who are in the cyber world? Finding this podcast by coincidence or by luck. Make that, I don't know where it's going to go from here, but I know we're going to keep on pushing along and challenging ourselves to do better, to be cooler, and most importantly, to eat well. Got to eat well to perform well. You can't feed the horses till you feed yourself. yourself. So anyways, we're just getting ready to rock and roll here a little bit and got a few things to take care of tonight. Already cooked a lot of food, had a lot of food. You need to eat food, you need a lot of food. It's good for you. Not the cheeseburger and the pizza and the milkshake and the french fries and the grilled cheese and the fried dill pickles and the candy bars, the cookies, cakes, and pies. Does it sound like you, anybody? Maybe I'd like to be eating that shit too, but it don't make me feel good now, does it? The answer is no. With a most certainty behind it. Alright, so anyway, just getting started and moving things along. Going to polish a few things up here and change the way we look at things from now on into the midnight hour. We're going to be doing another show at 10:30 tonight. Be ready for some fact, fiction, and mystery. Going to be challenging you one day, every day, to be better than the day that you were before at something in your life. I appreciate you listening again as always. We're here from Techno Twerps. You have a good evening and be safe.